This building is sort of the heartbeat where all of that comes together. The warehouse, the sorting that volunteers, so many of you have volunteered here, and the leadership, like Sarah Moberg, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Second Harvest Heartland. Sarah, it's so good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Jason.
What do you think of this total so far today?
Oh, it is amazing and humbling, and I am so appreciative of the community for stepping in like this.
You know, I think there is a bit of a reaction to what's been going on in our community, where today, perhaps, I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised by the response. And I wonder if it's a sense that we know people are hurting. You can have your political views however you want, but we know people are hurting. And in Minnesota, when people are hurting, we take action and stand up for our neighbors.
We do. As a community, we know how to stand up, come alongside each other. And, you know, it's important to know right now that typically Second Harvest Heartland, food shelves, Hunger Relief Network, we are designed to be a safety net to the safety net. Yeah. We are designed to help those who are struggling with cost of living. But today, that need has expanded, and it includes people who maybe are fearful of coming out of their homes or unable to get groceries, the groceries that they need.
Yeah.
And so the work that we're having to do right now is so much broader, deeper, heavier than what it's historically been.
651-505-7100. I'm glad you brought that up because I had a reader of my newsletter reach out to me last week and say, like, hey, I want to help people who are in need when it comes to food. And she wrote, and she's like, I know you're on the board of Second Harvest Heartland, but, like, I want to make sure that my donation goes and helps people who are in that sort of emergency situation. What are we doing to help those folks out?
Well, one of the ways we have adjusted our services is to create these emergency boxes of food. And these boxes are designed to contain enough food for several meals for a family. It contains items like pasta, pasta sauce, peanut butter, rice, some canned fruits and veg, variety of items. And, you know, they are, again, designed to have us use all of our superpowers on sourcing and supply chain, get these boxes ready. They go to food shelves and other nonprofit partners who then can facilitate the delivery to and where the neighbors are at.
This is sort of your background, right? Sarah Moberg, who was the chief operations officer here before being elevated to the CEO, but you worked in corporate America for a long time.
I did. I have 25 years in corporate America, variety of roles across supply chain and research and development, and then, of course, the COO role here at Second Harvest Heartland. I love supply chain, I love programmatic work, and I just love action and getting stuff done.
Man, I love supply chain is what, like, every dad in Minnesota said, like, during COVID. We all, like, became supply chain nerds. I feel a little disappointed my kids didn't go into supply chain. I just, we all became experts when we saw the whole thing fall apart.
We did. There's nothing more important than a supply chain, yes, particularly when it's not working well.
Yes, we understand that for sure, right? 651-505-7100 is our number. Love to light up these phone lines in our last 19 minutes of the End Hunger Together Radiothon. You can donate online at WCCORadio.com. Again, these foundations, and when you have some of the corporate partners we have today, like Jeremy here from Lexus and Maplewood, I mean, those big numbers are big. It's a big deal, isn't it?
Those big numbers are amazing. And certainly every donation helps, whether it's $5, $5,000 and above. But certainly those larger donations, like our sponsors today, are really impactful.
What is the biggest concern that keeps you up at night as the CEO of Second Harvest Heartland?
Well, you know, we really share this belief that everyone deserves to eat, and no questions, no exceptions. Access to food should be safe and without fear. And today, that is really being challenged out in the community. And so I lose sleep making sure and thinking about how we can best ensure the safety of delivery of food out into the community.
Have your workers been affected? We've heard from different restaurants and different retailers, and that workers are scared and nervous. Have you guys had to deal with that here at all?
Sure, we certainly have employees who are nervous about their roles. They are oftentimes out in community delivering food or helping at food shelves, and so certainly that anxiety is widespread. And we also have heard from food shelf partners about ICE presence and staging in parking lots or at the front doors of food shelf operations. And that does not allow us to get the food needed into the community safely.
Yeah. Yeah, and that it goes to your point before where your politics can be whatever they want to be. But wherever you are on that spectrum, I think we all know that we want people to be fed. We want access to food and let other people worry about other stuff. We are laser focused on being worried about getting food to people.
100%. And when you think about all of the work that we're doing from a sourcing perspective and a distribution perspective, that is where we want to spend our energy, and that is squarely where we're focused.
Sarah Moberg is the Chief Executive Officer of Second Harvest Heartland. The other thing that, we were really planning on talking about at the start of this year is the fact that food is expensive. We know that food is expensive. All of us who go to the grocery store, we get it. Talk about how that impacts sort of our ability to get food to people who need it.
Well, we see when we're trying to find the food, we see the same inflation that you might in a grocery store. And so certainly we work very creatively and hard with a variety of suppliers and partners to procure the food as inexpensive as possible. And we're finding that our dollars, need to stretch just the same as yours in a grocery store.
And the other aspect of that is that I presume that as the cost has gone up 30% over 5 years when it comes to groceries, people's earning power, especially at the lower sector of our economy, have not gone up at all. So the need is going up, I presume, right?
That's right. And it's harder to make half of a mortgage payment or pay half of your utility bill. And so what we find happening is that people will cut back on their grocery bill and maybe eat a little less, skip a little, a couple meals so that the kids may eat. And so hunger tends to be hidden. And we really are working with our community partners to make sure that we're getting the food out where it needs to be.
Boy, that's something, and I know this, but every time I hear it, it sort of is like a punch to the gut to think of a mom or a dad skipping a couple meals just to make sure their kid can eat. I mean, you're making sacrifices. Are you going to fill a prescription? Are you going to buy a pair of shoes to replace the one with holes in it? But there are families in our community, maybe in your own neighborhood, that are making those sacrifices.
That's right. These decisions are really, really difficult. And they are real, and they are happening out in our community every day.
Sarah Moberg, I'm so grateful for you. Thanks for spending some time with us. One last appeal. What would you say to people out there listening in our final 13 minutes?
I would say help keep our community well-fed. Call in, donate, support, take action, because everything matters right now.
Sarah Moberg, thank you for what you're doing to help take care of people.